The Horizon franchise has always been met with adversity. The game's previous iterations have been launched against Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring. This franchise version gets released on the brand new PSVR 2 all by itself. Horizon Call of the Mountain stands out in this launch lineup. Does it rise to the top or fall to the bottom? I'm Court Lalonde from 3 Dads and a Console, and this is Horizon Call of the Mountain in review. Being my first game on PSVR 2, I had to get my VR legs, as they call it, to prepare myself to be immersed in this world. When the PS5 launched, Astrobot showed us what this console could do. Horizon does this for the PSVR 2. It lets you know the difference between the old and new gen. It amazes you with a vibrant world and the showcase for the PSVR 2. You get the most out of the OLED lens and become amazed by the scale of the world they drop you in. As the tall neck walks by for the first time, you can't help but look up in awe, and its size, and instantly feel like you're in the world of Horizon. The immersion makes you almost able to smell the vegetation you see before you, and you want to touch the water and everything in front of you. The NPC detail looked just as good as it did in Horizon Forbidden West, and I'm still amazed by that detail. As they walk through the tutorial, explain why you're in this world, it's helped by a familiar face. You get dropped in the world, and then you start your adventure. The traversal is easy to grasp, and I felt no motion sickness. You tackle large-scale landscapes with various traversal options, and let me tell you, you can feel it in your arms as well. As you progress, they give you new tools to craft so you can reach higher elevations in your traversals. As I was climbing, I couldn't help but look around the world that I was in and how high I was off the ground. As someone that suffers from vertigo and heights, it didn't bother me, and it kind of was therapeutic instead. The new Sense controllers feel like a part of you as you try and reach for new gripping points on the mountainside. The areas you can grab are outlined with white chalk that is easy to spot and allows for a smooth transition and never feels jarring. The combat took some getting used to as you tried to avoid the machines, but once I got the hang of the dodge mechanic, it felt more manageable. Using the bow was a highlight for me, and it felt right. As I reached my back and grabbed the next arrow, I couldn't help but shoot arrows, even when there wasn't enemies around. The variety of arrows available to use and other weapons you acquire along the way make the combat feel different from encounter to encounter. I wished you didn't have to have an encounter right after you've climbed the giant mountainside and your arms are tired, but it is what it is. The stealth they put into the game just didn't feel right for me. There's no button to crouch, so you walk into some bush and then you have to have this imagination that the machine can't see you as you're standing in this bush. It took me out of the immersion a bit, but it was the only time that ever happened to me during my playthrough. Changing your weapons or arrows during combat was relatively seamless, but occasionally my bow would switch to my other hand and cause me some issues. Crafting a new arrow type was fun, and I hope more VR games take notice and implement this type of crafting system. In most non-VR games, we select a component, press a button, but in Horizon, we grab each piece and put them together with our hands. Like any Horizon game, they have puzzles you need to solve with the tools they provide, and because the game isn't that long, it never felt like I was doing the same thing over and over again. Sound can come through your TV if you don't want to use the headphones, but the 3D sound adds to the immersion, so I highly recommend using headphones. It would make it feel more alive. If you have a PSVR 2, I don't know how you don't play this game, as it's the best VR experience I've ever had. It made me recommend this headset to people that I knew that were skeptical about hopping into the VR space. They do an excellent job of showing off the tech and making the experience feel memorable. They make the use of the haptics not feel forced, giving a heightened sense of immersion. The fact that I could feel tired from climbing a mountain because my arms hurt was a new experience for me, and I welcome the workout. Horizon Call of the Mountain is a must-play for any PSVR 2 owner, and I might even say it's a system seller. If you like the content, please help us by hitting that like or subscribe button or leaving a comment and letting us know what you thought.